Hey, what's up, my aspiring Christian writer, speaker, and leader women out there? My name is Titania Paige. I'm from lifebeforeeternity.com, and I'm going to share my SheSpeaks 2017 experience with you. Alright, so for the sake of keeping this video not very long, I'm just going to share exactly what I did, down to what we ate, where I went, my publisher appointments, all that good stuff. So if you want to stick around to hear literally almost everything, then keep watching. So anyways, I got in, went straight to my hotel after I got my car, and I headed over to the pre-conference dinner that was held on Thursday night. I found out about the pre-conference dinner in the SheSpeaks 2017 Facebook group. What can you expect when you go to the pre-conference dinner, and is it worth it? It's going to be at a nice location. The decorations are going to be really nice. That's what we experienced. So I walked in the church. I paid $25 for the dinner in cash. Please bring cash to pay for the dinner, just in case. But that was how we had to pay. The tables were decorated beautifully. There was candy and different cards and little things on the table. The women were so inviting. We started off eating the yummy food, and then we started chatting and networking. After a little while, we were asked to choose one woman from each table to come up and present in front of the whole crowd. Be prepared for impromptu opportunities to share what you're writing about, what you're speaking about, all right? Seriously, you never know. I got to present from my table. I was really excited about that. Actually, I was the first girl to come up and speak, and I wish I had somebody record it for me. And there were other women who came up, and they were on fire, y'all. They were cool. I'm gonna say this: don't get discouraged when you see someone a little some steps ahead of you. Just be encouraged, because it takes time, and if you're willing to put in the work and be diligent, you can get there too. After we listened to the different women present, Cara Widener, the leader of the Facebook group, gave a little mini sermon or mini message on the subject, even if. We come and we think, well, what if my book proposal or my book pitch to the publishers doesn't go well, or what if this, or what if I'm not dressed as nice as the other girls? That was what her message addressed, and it was very beautiful. So even if you go there and you feel like, oh man, or things don't go as well as you want them to, God's good, God is faithful, and a lot of this stuff just takes time. I also want to say on the back end, just because it's your first time going to SheSpeaks, it doesn't mean that you won't see any kind of fruit. You be prepared for if I succeed, and you be prepared for if it doesn't go as well as I planned, okay? You be prepared either way. If you're planning on joining and going again in SheSpeaks 2018, I highly recommend joining this Facebook group. It's going to get you prepared as far as, even with your proposals, your publisher appointments, all the tips and all the community and the encouragement they provide in that group is amazing. So go ahead and sign up for the Facebook group. The next morning, there was registration for me, because I didn't come for a pre-conference. I just came for the main conference. So to my surprise, when I arrived at 7 a.m. in the morning, it was not packed. And I think a lot of that is because the pre-conference kind of cut a lot of that out, with people coming earlier and picking up their packets then. I'm going to show you what I got in my registration packet when I came and got, signed in, got my stuff. I'll show you that right now. Alright, so after I picked up my registration packet, I just went to all of the different vendor booths, because they're getting ready to set up. And the fun thing about it is, the benefit of that is, you get to go ahead and read all the stuff and look through all the things before everybody and their mama shows up. You also get to run into the staff, the Proverbs 31 there. You get a sneak peek, and you just kind of get to map out where everything is already. And plus you get to meet like so many people have such intimate conversations because, like I said, there's no rush. There's 2 hours before the event starts. They're excited just as excited as you are to meet who's coming and make those new connections. Now I'm just gonna take you through my schedule because I can't tell you about what everybody else did, but I can tell you exactly what I did and give you my feedback. Of course, in the first session, it's gonna begin with worship, and it was an awesome experience. There was a girl named London who led most of the worship. She was phenomenal. The main session was led by Pastor Chris Hodges. I really enjoyed his presentation. He was funny, but he had a lot of substance. It was more like spiritual practical tips that kind of guided you and prepared your heart for what you were getting ready to experience as She Speaks. We were also given a free copy of his brand new book, The Daniel Dilemma. I've already started reading it, y'all. It is amazing. The subtitle of the book is How to Stand Firm and Love Well in a Culture of Compromise. So I was so excited to get this. This is definitely a resource I need, especially as somebody who is trying to be a Christian writer, speaker, and leader in our culture. Do expect to get at least one free book or free offer like that at the conference. So then there's lunch, and the food is awesome, y'all. Not only is the food awesome, the whole catering experience is amazing. The tables are set up very beautifully. Every time you walk in, there's something on the table that they want you to take for each session. The first session had a list of there's a pre-order list of the sessions for each breakout session and for each main session. That's just in case you have a publisher appointment or something in the middle of the session or the workshop that you signed up for. You can go ahead after the conference is over and buy those sessions for the next couple of days. They'll give you the URL and the password to buy those. So that's how you kind of keep the messages just in case something happens and you can't listen to the whole thing, or you couldn't go to the other session that you really wanted to go to too. So I really love that about the workshop as well. So then you have your networking groups, you guys. By the time it got ready for the networking group, I was very tired because the entire time you were just talking and talking and talking and networking and networking and networking. If you need it, if you feel it coming on, I promise you, you will not miss out on terribly a lot if you just go and take like a 30-50-minute nap. I had to do that, and I was really recharged after I did that. And I came to the second half of my networking group, which was a total God thing. I got connected with a woman that goes to the church where I actually got saved. That's in Cookeville, Tennessee. I met another woman who's from Memphis, Tennessee, and another woman in Jackson. It was just great. They separated us first by where we live geographically, and I recommend that you don't miss out on the networking group, especially so you can get connected with the women from the conference that are in your area. After the networking group, I had a publisher's appointment, but again, I will talk about that near the end of the video. Then we get to dinner, you guys. Dinner was yet again amazing. Finally, the first day ended with the second main session, which had Crystal Evans-Hurst as the speaker. She did an incredible job. She mostly touched on rest. Just learning that taking a rest isn't bad, that it can be worship. So the lights and stuff just came back on. You have no idea. You have no idea. So the second day, because all of my publishing appointments fell on the same day, I was just so relieved. The next day on Saturday, I could just kind of like kind of take it a little bit more, even more easy. I wasn't like super stressed out, but it was just nice to have it over and done with. So we started at 8:30, a little bit earlier in the main session, and Whitney Capps was the speaker. She was so great. She talked about the importance of serving our ministry in the local church first, before we try to go out and be like super women and like conquer the world with our parachurch ministries. Afterwards, I had my workshop called How to Write a Book with Andrea Doring and Jennifer Lee. Andrea Doring, I think I'm saying her name right, I hope I am. She was actually one of the publishers I met, and so I'll tell you more about that at the end. But it was an amazing workshop, really great. I highly recommended it. We learned basically just what publishers expect from writers, and just how a practical way we can approach writing a book without burning ourselves out. Then my next workshop was how a small-time blogger can actually get a book contract, and that was from Jennifer Dukes-Lee. Y'all, she knocked it out of the park. Jennifer Dukes-Lee, you could tell she really poured out her heart over this presentation, that she prayed before this presentation, that it was just saturated in the Holy Spirit and really thinking about the hearts of the women who are going to be sitting in the seats in front of her. But she just basically shared about her own personal story, how she did not have a huge following, a big platform, because you will hear the word platform so many times as she speaks, you will probably be tired of hearing. You'll see your kid getting ready to say peanut butter, and you're like, no, don't even make a P sound. I don't want to hear it. No P sounds. Nope. But yeah, that's how many times you hear platform. And she just showed us testimonies from all these other different women. Even a woman who had less than 100 subscribers who got a book deal. Then we had lunch, which was good again. It was delicious. Don't eat too much food because you're gonna get the itis. You know, like when you get too eat your food, now you wanna go to sleep. You can't afford to have itis as she speaks, okay? Because you're already learning a lot of stuff. Plus, you don't want to go into your publisher appointment with your, belly poked out too far because you just ate too much. Just have it at the normal belly levels that you usually have. What I really loved about Nikki Koziar is that she was so transparent about the entire process. Yes, it's glamorous and it's awesome to get that. Yes, we want to give you a contract, we want to publish your book, but there's some legal things you really want to be aware of after the process begins. She shared about some things we should be aware of in contracts and should look out for. She shared about her writing process and other writers' writing process as well. If they let her do it again, you should definitely go and just ask her, because she will tell you the straight up truth, and we appreciate that, Nikki. After Nikki, there was a coffee break with World Vision, and you guys, I took a nap again. I just went and took a nap. Finally, there was a bonus session, Study Strategies for Teaching Scripture. It's a really good down-to-earth, hands-on class. I really applaud their team for their Bible-centeredness. Finally, there was dinner, which was once again delicious. The main session, the last main session, I don't think they could have chose a better person to help us unload and just process what we just learned and went through than Liz Curtis Higgs. It was such a humorous, relieving, high note to end the conference on. So I really applaud. These ladies know what they're doing, especially with even how they ordered the speakers. It was amazing. Finally, there was the dessert mix and mingle. The benefit of the dessert mix and mingle is not only do you get to just eat cheesecake, red velvet cake, apple pie, brownies, the little fruit with the whipped cream on top. You get a chance to bring your books that you bought from these P31 ladies already and have them signed by the real deal. You don't even have to bring your book, you just walk up to them and ask for hugs. Alright guys, so that completes the whole session, workout, breakout thing experience for me. Now I'm gonna tell you about my publishing appointments. I had 3 publishing appointments. One was with Jennifer Leap from Revell, Sally Sharp from Abingdon Press, and Heather Nunn from B&H Publishing Group. There was a personal problem or some kind of personal issue where Miss Heather Nunn couldn't end up making it. So we ended up only being able to leave our one-sheets up at the front desk for her. I would encourage you, if you had a proposal, go ahead and give it to her too. I wish I had gave my proposal with my one-sheets. I think they were taking them. So anyways, be prepared. Sometimes stuff happens and you don't meet with the person that you intended to meet with, or you end up just having to leave, your sheets up there. And that's not every single time or every case, but just be prepared for the unexpected and be prepared to be gracious, okay? So I had my first appointment with Sally Sharp. When you're reading their bios and you're reading what they're looking for right now, be very careful about what who you pick. So I'll just say that I knew from what she listed that her publishing company at Abington was looking for. I knew from the get-go that we weren't really going to scratch each other's itch, because their company at the time was looking more for somebody with a bigger platform, and I've just been blogging for a year, so that's not me. But I went and she was very gracious. She looked over my one proposal. She loved my ideas. She said they're very strong, but that the platform numbers just weren't high enough for their group. So she did give me some meaningful advice and next steps, and she told me I was doing all the right things. So I met with her, got a polite no, and just some advice. Listen, if you go in there and it's just you get polite advice, please don't think of it as failure. Just understand that it's a learning experience. It's not a no forever. It's a learning experience, and it's gonna make you better. I was really looking forward to my first choice, which was Revell. I was supposed to meet with Jennifer Leap, but she had laryngitis. I ended up meeting with Andrea from Revell instead, which was great because I had seen her profile, like her personal bio, in the, where I was getting to choose which publishers I met with. And I found later, after it was too late for me to change, that I liked her bio better. And I, not like she's a better person, but I thought we might connect better. So I was surprisingly happy to discover that I would be meeting with Andrea, and it went really well, you guys. I walked in, she's very conversational, and she just asked me about who I am, what I was writing, and about my book proposal ideas. And I pitched both ideas to her, and I showed her, what I was working on, some of the things I had going on with my ministry. By the grace of God, she accepted both one-sheets in my proposal. So I was floored. I was super excited, so happy. After I came out of that publishing appointment, I called the number one person in my life, which is my husband, and let him know first. Then I just, spread the news to the people who love me, and my church, my mom, all those people. It was really great. It was awesome. She told me I could expect to hear something from her in September. Whichever way it goes, you guys, I'll let you know and update in a future video about how it goes. So there's that. I mean, that's exciting. I'm super excited. I'm pumped. All right. So now let me pull back the curtains, if I will, and let you see exactly what I brought and show you what I wore, and kind of like my strategy behind my publishing appointments. And I hope everything I shared up to this point was helpful for you. We're gonna end after I show you that. All right, y'all are gonna think I'm a genius, or you're gonna think I'm really over the top. I got a portfolio. There's my business card inside. I also happen to be planning an event with my ministry, and that looks good. Makes me look like a real great speaker, or trying to be a great speaker, and that counts. And so I had that in there as well. Also, as you can see, I have some one-sheets here. This is the first one sheet. that I had for one book idea, and here's the second one sheet I had for my other book idea. I was prepared to pitch both books, and I did indeed pitch them both, and here is my proposal for the No Condemnation book there. This is my outfit I wore. As you might have noticed, the colors kind of match the one sheets that I have. And so I'm trying to, my idea was to make myself appear like a product itself. Like I am a product. So I wanted to match, even though that might sound crazy, you guys, I wanted to have my clothes match, my branding. I wanted everything to be branded. My appearance and the graphics and things that I showed to the publisher. And I think it worked. And if you just come, you're prepared to pitch your books. If it's on the tip of your tongue, you've been practicing with friends at home, then you'll be ready to go. Well, you guys, I've basically showed you everything. I've told you all there is to know about the SheSpeaks 2017 conference. I hope this gives you a clear picture of how you need to prepare for SheSpeaks 2018. Tell me about your experience. If you go ahead and leave your name, drop your ministry and what you're doing in the comment section below. Let's continue the networking, people. And God bless you, what you're doing. And girl, you just keep going. You keep doing it. And just wait and see what God's going to do with it. Love you. Hope you enjoyed this video. Have a great day.